Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
We're back.
About damn time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talking Shit. My name is Brian. With me, as always, is Mark. And there is something going on with my connection, I think, because
why am I freezing now?
I only hear you in this ear right here.
Well, that's because you can't hear stuff anyways. First off, we actually hit a milestone this past week.
Yes, we did. Mark's going to give away some money now.
Oh no, not yet. We're going to see how this goes, but we are going to we hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which
don't know how we did it.
Yeah, and we're still going. We're still going strong on the
absolutely love it.
On top of that, I was just informed today that it was confirmed that on July 22nd, it's a Saturday at 8 p.m. we will have on our show Tom Matthews. And if people don't know who he is, well, he is from Friday the 13th, Part 6. Mm-hmm. He played Tommy Jarvis. And I can't wait to have him on the show. That's going to be fun. I'm always excited anytime I can get somebody Friday the 13th on.
But listen, we got a Tommy for you guys tonight.
Yes, I'm not going to say his last name because I'm going to butcher that damn thing.
You can give it a shot.
I wanted to
just
say
going to call him Tommy K.
I was going to say Tommy Kovac, something like that.
Kovac, I think.
Kovac. But we're going to find out in just a second.
There you go. Bring him in, Mark.
Kovac. Well, I butchered it a little bit.
Hey, guys, it's Tommy Kovac.
I told you, Mark. He's like, it's Kovac.
That's okay. A lot of people butcher it.
You know,
it's the curse of having a name like that, you know.
Hey, it happens to me. I get it. Mark's got the same Kovac kind of situation.
Yeah,
Mark's got the same. He's like, it's been set, not past the net, or whatever.
Bensetti is the most one.
Bensetti, yeah. So I get it. We get it. So
yeah.
Let's talk about Tommy for a second here. Tommy, for our listeners or our viewers, whatever you want to tell people where you're from.
Mm-hmm. I am born and raised in San Mateo, California, which is the small town suburbs of San Francisco.
I know California.
And currently I'm in Modesto, California.
Hey, I actually know where that's at. All right. And today we are actually going to talk about movies that... Oh, hold up.
Yep. I'm telling you, it's the internet. It's either yours or mine. I'm telling you, it's bad. I keep getting you guys are coming in one ear and not going out the other. Tommy, how's your audio over there?
Yeah, I mean, it keeps good.
I don't know.
It's the same in and out and stuff, but like, you know, I'm only like, I'm like losing every other word or something.
Okay.
Yeah, because mine's hardwired.
Okay.
So I shouldn't be losing much.
So you're getting all of it.
I'm getting all of it.
Okay.
You know, sometimes it is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, Brian, you want to tell people what we're going to be talking about today?
Absolutely, I do. Guys, today we are talking about movies that did not age well, or, you know, movies that would not be made today. Whether, you know, the way that society is today versus how it was in the 80s and in the 90s, early 2000s. A lot of stuff has changed. So we're going through some stuff now that I think if you took one of these movies and said, yep, I'm going to remake it, you're not ever going to be a director in Hollywood. So we wish you the best of luck. So let's talk about some of these movies, boys.
Yeah.
We'll let Tommy start it off.
Okay, let's get to it. Yeah, I mean, first off, I want to put this out there. I'm not offended by anything, and I love, these movies that you can't make anymore. Because they're part of my childhood. And the thing is, people are forgetting about these movies because they're not being seen very much these days ever made. But that's one you couldn't make today, and quite frankly, I don't want to see it remade today.
Oh hell no!
It'd be that
They would
good.
definitely butcher it all to hell.
Animal House, huh?
Yep, that was
So
one of the ones
let's.
we did talk about that one.
Yeah.
Hold on, he's going to bring up a scene.
Yeah.
From
I'm
Animal House.
trying.
There's-
I'm trying, boys.
There's
There's a lot of reasons.
There's that. There's Porky's. Yeah.
Revenge of the Nerds.
Let's get to it, boys. Let's go
Revenge of
to. Give me 1 second, my
the
guys.
Nerds, yeah. I got a
Trying
good
to
story
get
about
this
that
scene
one.
in here.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Animal House.
I gave my love a cherry that had no stone. I gave my love a chicken that had no bones. I gave my love a story that had no end. I give.
So guys, this isn't necessarily the scene that I was thinking of. However, this movie gets very touchy.
Love that.
This movie gets very touchy to reaching that edge of hey, I slept with a girl who may or may not have been of age kind of thing.
Yes, exactly.
So that touches on that kind of point right there.
Yeah.
You have scenes of racism,
right?
A little bit of racism in this.
You have one where a guy pretends to be
Yeah.
the boyfriend of a girl that died.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I completely understand.
Yeah.
I completely understand.
Well, my thing about it is this,
I can't hear anything.
Yeah, like my thing about it is this, a lot of these writers, they were like, you can't hear anything?
I can hear you now.
I can hear you now.
You can't hear anything?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. A lot of these writers who wrote these movies, right? They were reading stuff that they heard on the street or they read in the newspaper or something, right? A lot of these guys didn't believe what they were joking about or writing. It was just, how irreverent comedy was in those days, I'm sure that there were guys, who believed in it, like those Grindhouse filmmakers. I've heard lots of horror stories about those guys we couldn't even go into. But I mean, just, it was a product of its time and it still holds up. It's a very funny movie. But yeah, I don't think you could make it today. I wouldn't want you to make it today because it's a perfect masterpiece of comedy, I think.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I mean, here's the thing. I like when some movies are remade, but to a point where it's definitely Mark's connection. Mark, it's your connection.
It can't be my connection. How is it mine?
I don't know. I feel like you have the cleanest connection. I thought it was Tommy cutting in and out.
Because I'm hardwired to the internet itself.
That's why. It's totally your fault. The dog tripped over the cord.
Not this
It's
time.
okay.
That was the cat the other day.
Yeah, I mean, I had minor internet issues.
We have a company. We have a company that's what's our company?
I had minor started the computer, but that was my bad.
Gotcha. So let's see, boys.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I was saying, I like that movie. I kind of want it to be remade, but you can't remake it because you're going to cut out all the good stuff. And when I say good stuff, is it racist? Is there parts in there that are okay? But listen,
Yeah.
who doesn't tell a racist joke? Raise your hand. Oh, okay. See, that's what I was saying. We all do it.
Ugh.
We
I
all
don't.
do.
I do.
That's what I'm saying. You do. So I
Yeah.
said raise your hand if you don't tell a racist joke, because there's
Yeah.
we all do it. And how does every racist joke start? Do you know?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Do you know how every racist joke starts? Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Look both ways.
So in that aspect, you know, there's another really great
Yeah,
movie
I
that
mean-
Mark and I were talking about right before we came on, and he said, you know, I didn't even think about this, and this was brought up at work today, because I went around and I said, all right, guys, we got a show tonight, and I'd like to get your input as to what movies you don't think lived
You mean
up
tell
to,
me you
or
use your work to get to do your work?
absolutely. These guys are fantastic, because here's why. When they start talking and you listen about stuff like this, you ready?
Uh-huh.
Times
Didn't even think about
when
this.
I was doing Jack that I actually felt retarded, like really retarded. I mean, brush my teeth retarded. I
Yeah.
rode the bus retarded.
Damn.
In a weird way, I had to sort of just free myself up to believe that it was okay to be stupid or dumb.
To be a moron.
Yeah.
To be moronical.
Exactly. To be a moron.
An imbecile.
Yeah.
Like the dumbest motherfucker that ever lived.
When I was playing the character.
When he was a character.
Yeah, I mean, as Jack, definitely.
Yeah. Jack. Stupid ass Jack. Trying to come back from that.
In a weird way, it was almost like I had to sort of fool my mind into believing that it wasn't retarded. And
By the end of the whole thing, I was like, wait a minute, you know? I flushed so much out. How am I going to jumpstart it up again? It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, right?
You was farting in bathtubs and laughing your ass off.
So that particular movie, great movie. I mean, let's think about what's going on here. You have a white man pretending to be a black man who's playing a part of a person who thinks he's black. You know what I'm saying? Like, you watch the movie, it's just it's so good.
And that's the only reason why you could not remake that movie. And plus, you'd have to change wording and all that too.
Yeah, because I mean, listen, he's over here talking about I thought I was retarded.
Yeah,
we don't talk about that now like that.
I cannot say that word. I cannot say that word in my house. It's called I am Biden.
Playing the Biden role. So I mean, there's going to be a great movie called.
Yeah, I was in special ed in school, and we use that word all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens. I still listen. I'm guilty. I say it.
Yeah.
I do.
Like, and why it's wrong. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But once again, another movie, guys. That
I don't understand why you can't use that word nowadays.
Revenge of the Nerds is another one that could not be remade. And there's a lot of different reasons why.
Yeah.
But
I actually got a
the main reason is when
a good story about that.
Give me a second. The only reason that it couldn't be remade today, one of the reasons is at the fair.
Good.
When they're doing the fair, and he goes into the tent and pretends to be the boyfriend and has sex with her, and then comes up and shows his face, and that's one of the reasons why it could not be remade.
Yeah,
it's definitely rape. I feel like that's definitely rapey.
That would be rape
at that scene. You know,
technically, yes.
I said that earlier today when I was talking to one of the guys that I work with, and he said absolutely not, because you already thought it was me to begin with. So okay, whoa.
And she thought it was her boyfriend.
Exactly.
Not
that's what I'm saying. Doesn't matter. She already thought it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
yeah. So I understand. I said the same thing. I was just like,
yeah. I'll tell you guys. You know, Julia Montgomery.
Sorry, Tommy. I didn't mean to cut you off. I got lagged.
Yeah, Julia Montgomery, who played Betty, she's a friend of mine. She's been on my podcast. Oh, it's okay. I get it. No, Julia Montgomery's a friend of mine. She's been on my podcast many, many times. And her and I are both on the same page about the whole thing. Curious and so unexpected for anyone who's seen it for the first time. but we both agree that there should have been some dialogue, like earlier in the movie, that hinted that Betty did have a thing for Lewis, because the message gets really missalted, then you're in love, kind of thing, and that's what we think people took away from that
It
over
just
the
keeps
last
fucking
40
up.
years that this movie has been out and stuff, But I think on the whole, it is a funny joke. Yeah,
I agree. It's a joke, and
I
it
totally.
was great, and I like the way that they did that. I just you're never going to make that again in another movie,
Yeah.
because then it's going to be like, okay,
You'd
you
have
went from a comedy movie, now it's a dramedy.
Well,
Now it's
you would have to, if you were to remake that movie, you would have to take out that scene. You would have to take out all the bullying, or the jocks taking over everything of the nerds. You'd have to take that out. You'd have to take over everything, take out everything, and put it just
Yeah.
it would be a shit show.
hey, free plug. Free
Yeah.
plug. Mark did it. Free plug.
I have a oh, I didn't even really notice it. It froze up again. But like, yeah, I mean, I have these friends who have a podcast on YouTube called "When Wife Gives You Lemons," and they were talking about the movie not too long ago, and they were like, "I don't know why people are up in arms about it. All he did was go down on her."
I actually,
You know?
I actually heard that web or that podcast or show. I actually heard that one the other
Yeah.
day. I was looking at something that they were doing on theirs. I can't remember what it was now, but when you said that, I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute! I've heard that one before."
Well, speaking of other podcasters and shows, I'm not sure if anybody else is
Yeah.
listening or watching the Barrel Age Flicks and the Barrel Age Chicks.
Yep.
But if you're not, you're missing out. These guys are fantastic. We ended up here. Mark and I sent them some beers. Oh my god, I can't talk. Spit it out. Some beers from Marker 48 over here in Brooksville, and they absolutely love Marker 48 Blue Aid.
Yeah, reminded them of blue Hawaiians or something like that.
It's just Marker 48
the
Blue Aid.
Yeah, the girls liked the blue better than the red. Did not go over well at all.
Nobody liked Marker 48 Red Right Return. So Marker 48, turn up your game. Let's get it together and let's do it again. Guys,
nice. I'll check it.
Yeah, the guys over at Barrel Age Flicks, fans of blue, not fans of red. So
the Barrel Age chicks said that we could send them more of the blue.
Yeah,
cool.
they want more.
I'll check them out. Yeah.
So, all right, getting back on topic, boys. Sorry about
All
that.
Right,
nice.
Tommy, it's your turn.
Nice. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, Tommy, it's your turn now.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, like, Porky's is an obvious one. There's a lot of stuff in that that's just, oh my God, so wrong for today's standards. And not just that one, the sequels as well. The sequels are also as bad. The second one, you got the whole subplot with the KK, and all that stuff. I'm trying to think what else.
Here you go.
It'll come to mind, but like Porky's is definitely one.
So let's talk about the best scene in Porky's. The shit was so funny.
Okay, well, it depends on what there's several different scenes in Porky's. One that I liked. I loved it. I loved it when she grabbed a hold of the guy's balls and was,
And his junk?
Yep.
Oh, you're talking about
I know it's you. I know it's you.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Carter.
Yeah.
I know this is completely unorthodox, but I think this is the only way
I love that.
to find a boy. Now, that penis had a mole on it. I'd recognize that penis anywhere. In spite of the juvenile snickers of some, this is a serious matter. That That seducer and spoiler must be stopped. He's extremely dangerous. And, Mr. Carter, I'm certain that everyone in this room knows who that is. He's a contemptible little pervert who's bound breaker. Well, I'm sorry.
Okay, so premise.
But I.
So premise of this, guys, she has seen this boy's penis and balls.
Well,
and knows
she's seen the penis because he stuck it through the hole in the shower, and she grabbed a hold of it.
And now she wants to look at all the boys' penises. Now, keep in mind, she is a grown-ass woman, and this is high school. And this is why this movie will not be remade.
Right.
Well, not only that, but you had parts where,
Right.
what was it? The girl, the coach or PE teacher and the male PE teacher having sex, and her screaming at the top of her or howling at the top of her lungs.
Kim
Which one was it?
Kim Cattrall and Boyd
Yes,
Gaines.
that was I thought that was fun. I mean, there's no way that they could and plus I wouldn't want them to. I mean, this movie it was really good. And Pee Wee alone, always got the shit into the deal, and then at the end he gets laid. Like a whole 30 seconds or less, but he got laid.
Let me ask you a question. Part 1, 2, or 3. I know it was a Porky's movie.
Yeah.
Which one was it where the teacher drinks the cup of urine and says, "Oh, I know this flavor. I've had it in my mouth before"?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question. Which one was that?
I want to say
I want to say Porky's. I want to say Porky's Revenge.
So
maybe.
probably 2, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's wild, dude. I'm telling you, like, there they are. Reasons you can't remake this movie.
There's several reasons why you can't remake the whole trilogy. They can't remake. I mean, come on.
Hey, listen. If you're man enough, step up to the plate. Let's go.
Yeah, well, it's funny. I interviewed Nancy Parsons' daughter, and she was 18 when the movie came out. She was in the theater, and when she saw that her mother grabbed the guy's penis through the, laughed so hard and couldn't believe her own mother would do that. And there's a story out there that it was all an ad lib, that it wasn't expected. But I interviewed the blonde girl who was in the shower. She said, "No, it was scripted."
My goodness.
Yeah.
Now, do you see why I wanted him on the show?
Yeah.
No, I totally.
Usually, when you get a chance, I know I didn't really tell you much about. I didn't tell you much about him, but when we first started, about a month after we first started, I asked him on LinkedIn if he'd be on the show. He says, "Well, let's wait. My plate's full and stuff." And eventually, he got back with me. I'm like, "Cool," But yeah, his stuff.
Kyle, what's happening, buddy?
Yeah, because I had so many interviews and I was about to move and
Yep. I mean, it was
stuff. Yeah,
I've been watching some of your stuff. It's really good. I like it. Whose turn is it?
I mean, we're just kind of spitballing here. I want to go. I want to find. Nobody knows this movie, and I feel like Mark and I know this movie. We've seen it. It was good, but I can't find this movie anywhere anymore, and it's called Soul Man. So I'm going to show you guys a little clip of Soul Man.
It's a band movie.
Oh,
these are the '80s, man. It's the Cosby decade.
For Mark Watson, all it took was
I have it on.
I'd like to meet my good friend Kareem Abdul-Ali.
We got Washington here on a coin toss, so he'll take Leon.
That's Watson.
Right. Sorry, Marcus.
Yeah, there may be a problem here. Your roommate was a
What?
black Negro.
A black Negro?
You know, there's something really strange about it, and I don't know what it is.
Oh, God, is she beautiful? You gotta believe me.
She must have learned a great deal more than you bargained for.
Tell her I'm white. Don't tell her you're white.
What's going on?
Can we blame him for the color of his skin?
Mom, Dad, I'm black.
What?
No, you're crazy.
Mark Watson. Come on now!
From the producer of Risky Business, Soul Man. He didn't give up. He got down.
Not on. You really hate the Beach Boys now?
Down.
So Soul Man, another really great movie, funny for its time. If you watch it now in today's society, is this something that you're gonna, laugh at with your kids? That kind of thing. Like you're gonna laugh. Your kids are gonna look at you like you're some kind of idiot because they're gonna be like, "Dad, that's super racist."
Oh, I laughed at that movie. I'll laugh again today. It's not the racist or anything. It's just it's funny.
Well,
like I said,
well, the whole blackface thing, was offensive. People of color, but I mean, at least the guy learns a lesson of positivity, of what it's like of being a movie, and I think that gets skewered in, people being up in arms about the blackface thing in it, but I really do.
Yeah, because I mean that's something that you're not going to see today either, and that's why I brought up Tropic Thunder, because that was the whole scene with Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface. He's playing a white man who's playing a black man who's playing another man in a movie. You know what I mean? So this one was the same kind of situation. I mean, this kid wanted to go to college, so what do you got to do to go to college? You got to be a black person. You're not going to find that in today's society. I'm just letting you know. As funny as the movie was, it's not going to be funny today. It's not.
Oh no, you're right. People,
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like it's kind of like Just One of the Guys. The girl, she wants to win that journalism contest, but she can't because she's a girl, so she has to go to another school as a boy and do the undercover. Rose is in both of those movies. I've had him on my show, and we've talked about them. But I mean, now we live in the age where fans are doing fan fiction stuff about the social issues and stuff, and it's like, come on, it's not about that. It's about whatever the message of the movie was at that point in time, do with their own personal stuff. I mean, I'm glad it empowered them, but it's not about that.
Yeah. Guys, I am terribly sorry. I think I have a really bad connection because every other word is all I'm hearing. I don't get to hear.
That's all I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing out of them.
Oh shoot!
I mean, I can hear it, but it catches up with itself.
I know. I should have my computer before. I really should have.
All right, so Mark, I think you wanted to talk about a movie. What movie you want to go?
Actually, the one and the only, The Interview.
The Interview. So why can we not remake The Interview? Because I mean, let's face it.
The Interview.
Yeah, great movie for its time. But once again,
because you're trying to kill a
dictator.
A dictator.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that or not. I think that you could probably remake that movie. Just don't show it overseas.
Well, it was banned overseas, so yeah.
So that movie, I think you can remake. I really do.
Yeah.
I
saw it for the first time a couple of years ago, and I was like, "Oh my God, is this what they were up in arms in?" Back in 2014, I was like, "Oh, what people would get offended by today?"
Yeah, exactly.
People get offended by just saying "boo" the wrong way.
Yeah.
Here we go, boys. People are getting offended. People are getting offended by this one here.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Hey, big boy, why don't you come up and see me sometime? Hey, big boy.
Okay, so let's talk about this one. This is for you guys who have not seen this movie. This is a little movie called The Police Academy or Police Academy. And this is the Blue Oyster Bar scene. And you have gay cops in here. You have gay. Was there like gay bikers, and then you had gay Nazis as well in this.
I think so.
Bikers.
Yeah, bikers, Nazis, the whole shebang. I mean, this movie had it all.
Yeah.
This was for the this one's for the interview.
The way I frame it, Blakes and Copeland were at.
All right. Okay. I'm sorry. We lost you, Tommy. What'd you say? Tommy, can you hear us?
Oh, the way I frame it is that Blakes and Copeland. Yeah, I can hear you guys. You can hear me?
Yeah, there's just a lot of lag.
It could be
can you hear me?
StreamYard itself. Yeah,
okay.
I can.
The way I frame it, Blakes and Copeland, were a couple assholes, and they needed their just desserts, and going to a gay bar, I think, was a pretty funny just desserts, right? And I think it was actually quite respectful, because it was like, they landed on another planet that they're into and stuff. It wasn't anything that offensive. There was no slurs being said or anything like that. It's not like that movie Partners that came out with Ryan O'Neal. That movie had a lot of offensive content in it.
What movie was that?
One with Ryan O'Neal.
Partners, 1982. Yeah.
I don't know this movie.
I don't.
He's a homophobic. He's a homophobic cop who's assigned to guarding John Hurt, who's a gay man in the community, and there's a lot of offensive.
I could have seen it just long term. Been that long.
Let's give this a peek, guys. Let's give something a peek here. Let's check this out. Let's give this a look. I've not seen this movie. I don't recall this movie.
Following in the footsteps of such great crime fighters as Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson, Charlie Chan, Hercule Poirot, the Lone Ranger, and Tonto, we now proudly present Benson and Kerwin.
What can I do for you?
You two are going to handle this case together.
Keep your hands to yourself. He's mine.
Oh.
I just spent 10 years on homicide to be mauled by some old queen.
I want you to live as a gay couple.
Mr. Macho meets his mismatch. Ryan O'Neal is Benson. 100% all-male tough hero cop. Even Hurt is not. Partners.
We were your age when we moved in, John and I.
Sure.
Guys, I don't know. I think you could possibly remake this movie.
It depends. I mean, you'd have to watch it all the way through to see if you could or not.
No.
You don't think so? Tommy's saying no.
Well,
it would have to be made by other gay. I think other gay people would have to remake this movie to.
Yeah. Or at least you got to have some of the gay community in there, advising and being like, "Hey, no, you can't be that straight," because.
Yeah. And
yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, I've not seen the movie, so I don't know if it's something that I would want to watch in the future and be like, "Oh yeah, this is a great movie. It's a great remake of a movie that they did, in 1982."
Right.
It's really hard to say.
Right.
So that's a movie now that I kind of want to take a look at just to see what it was about, because I just don't recall the movie at all. I mean,
okay. Hey, Brian.
Yeah.
You watch it this time and then tell me about it. I'm not watching.
It's because I make you watch stuff.
Yeah, I saw it.
You made me watch the one and there's no fucking
I
way
saw.
that I'm
I just
watching
thought
that.
the movie has a good premise, but it had a good premise, but it was just badly executed. I thought, I'm sure the studio had a lot of ignorance and so forth. So
That means that this could probably be remade today, probably better than what it was back then, because it's the type that it is now. So how people have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you're going to get a whole bunch of people that are going to be like, "Oh, you typecast me as a gay, and I'm not gay."
So
Okay,
make
well-
people get somebody that's gay.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming out in Hollywood, so
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah, there you go. So, was it funny though, Tommy? From beginning to end, was that a funny movie?
Yeah, you have to. I think that John Hurt, being the distinguished dramatic actor he was, I think he executed the whole type at that time really well. The way he was dressed, the way that he did an American accent with a hint of femininity, and stuff. I think that was funny. I think John Hurt was really. He should have done a lot more. I feel.
Okay. Mark, you got one? You got another one? Say Blazing Saddles. I know you want to.
I was going to say Gone with the Wind, but Blazing Saddles, perfect.
Oh yeah, that was on my list.
You had Gone with the Wind because of the political stuff.
That's the reason why I put it on there. Well, not only that, but Blazing Saddles. Yeah, that's
Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
There you go. Blazing Saddles, boys.
I still haven't seen Gone with the Wind.
Rack up the band! Hey, the sheriff is a nick. What did he say? The sheriff is near. No, God blame his dang women. The sheriff is a
Mark's like, why did this happen? What's happening right now?
That's not why. I thought this was the funniest part of the whole movie.
As chairman of the welcoming committee, it is my privilege to extend a laurel and hearty handshake to our new nigger.
Oh my God! See, reasons you cannot remake this movie. Reasons you cannot remake this movie.
That's just one of them.
Yeah.
My
The
other favorite part was, the white when the white guy goes, "Hey, look what I have here," and then, it was just funny.
Mine was literally when him and Gene Wilder are behind the rock.
Yeah,
and
that's
he's
when
like, and he's like, "Where are all the white women at?"
Yep.
That scene is to this day. I mean, if you play that, everybody knows that is from Blazing Saddles. Like, just play the audio clip, and you ask somebody like, "Do you know what this is from?" Yeah, that's from Blazing Saddles. Yes, exactly.
I also liked it when he's covering his hands at first, and then he goes to sign it, and he goes, and then he goes, "Your skin," and he goes. Gene Wilder looks at him and says, "Man, I told you to wash today."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
That was funny.
Yeah. I just interviewed Sally Kirkland when I quoted her line when she was the cafeteria hostess in Blazing Saddles.
Okay.
Yankee bean soup, and all this stuff. And I thought that was pretty cool. She actually congratulated me for getting that line right at the time.
He's frozen. I don't have anything. I don't know audio or anything.
He's on froze now, I think. Yeah, he's moving now.
Okay.
I missed the entire
Sometimes
conversation.
High could be made today.
What's that?
Do you think that Fast Times at Ridgemont High could be made today?
Fast Times. I think that they had. I think that
Do
they
you think
have
that Fast Times
remade.
at Ridgemont High could?
No, I don't think they've remade
No,
that
they
one.
haven't called it Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but Seth Green, is it Seth Green? Can't Hardly Wait was the movie.
No. That's not. That has no.
It's
no.
it's
That's a
definitely
different-
it's definitely the movie. I swear to God.
Well, no, you're right. That you're thinking of that movie, but that is something totally different. This one was through the whole school year. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but Can't Hardly Wait. They PG'd it all the way down to but I like the Fast Times. I don't think they probably could, but they would have to change a few things in it.
Yeah, I mean, again, the key word is positive. A lot of these dark things that happen in movies, they had positive motivations behind them. But that's the way the world is
Well, they would
now.
ha-
Everyone's got to be offended by everything. Sadly,
Everything.
They would have to take out the abortion scene because people people get mad about that, and even stealing the car and wrecking it and putting it somebody else's.
should probably steal condoms or something nowadays.
And there's a lot of different things that they could do in that one, but it's good the way that it is. So that's why I would not want them to remake it.
Yeah,
guys, I'm super happy that we're on this topic and it's about school because this one came up earlier as well. How do you feel about The Breakfast Club? We had a kind of a debate at work, and it was kind of a 50-50.
One of the best movies ever made.
Great movie.
I don't.
Can you remake this movie?
I think you can. I think you can.
I think you could.
I don't think it's that bad. It's like a play. Yeah.
Right. I think that it could be remade, but they would change certain topics that they would use.
I mean, listen, if you're going to remake the movie, follow the original script and
Some of the dialogue.
Try not to cut 90% of your movie out.
Right. Well, yeah, Tommy, the dialogue would have to change a little bit to make it up to date.
Well, of course.
And some of the topics that they talked about, they could.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But
it's funny. John Hughes wrote a school play version of the movie because a lot of the high schools wanted to perform The Breakfast Club as a school play, and I've never seen a performance, but I'm sure it's censored because it's a high school, so I'm sure they could probably make that version of it today if they wanted to.
Yeah, they weren't smoking a joint. Instead, they were going to be smoking meth.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean,
vaping. Or they were
vaping. Vaping their meth. They remade a movie.
Yeah.
They remade a movie with. So I'm a real big Chevy Chase fan, and Chevy made a movie back in the day called Fletch Lives.
Yeah, they made that into a series.
They remade that. Was it a series? I thought it was another movie with
John.
Is it John Hamm?
John Hamm, and it's already been canceled.
It's terrible. It's terrible because here's why. Here's why. Because let me show you the original. I want to show you Fletch Lives.
You can't.
And then I want to show you. Like we'll talk about this and figure out why you think that the other one got canceled. Here we go.
Okay.
Nothing to me.
Thank you for that. Where's the cross? Did you bring the cross, man? Why, Greg will not allow any kind of alien infection to invade our beloved land.
He can't read.
Scum. Go back to where you get together. Scum. Go back to home.
Go home. Scum. Pigs. Sorry I'm late. Who goes there? Henry Himmler. What Clavin claims you? California Clavin, Cucamonga.
Cucamonga.
Yeah, I was just passing through town and looking for something to do this evening. There was nothing going on at the Rotary Club. I heard about this. Well, welcome, Henry. I'm the Grand Kleagle. Oh. California thing. Pig, face, scum.
So there you go. And you know, in this part right here,
Yeah.
Chevy is trying to protect his friend. I mean, that's his buddy. They're out having, you know, a conversation on his porch, and he's like, "What the fuck is this?" Oh yeah, that's the Klan. They come around all the time. What? No. Like the Klan, like it's not prevalent anymore. I mean, we live in a very small.
Yeah, friends of yours.
We live in a very small. Yeah, exactly. We live in a very small town, and I don't know how many Klan members. Mark, how many do you know?
All right. First off, Klan members don't come out and tell you that they're a Klan member. Second off,
sure.
I don't know any.
Yeah.
But let me ask you. So, so they remade this with. They remade this into. Was it a series? I thought it was a movie.
It was a series
with John Hamm, and you know, I thought it was going to be great, and you know, I feel like the very first episode was kind of good, and then I was like, all right, cool, and then it just got so dry, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? It's because they can't do what Chevy did back then.
That's like taking. We talked about it earlier. Taking Mrs. Doubtfire. And remaking that one.
I agree.
One, you can't do it because it's a Robin Williams film, and nobody would ever take his place, or you know. Two, people would have a fit because he's dressing up as an old lady.
Yeah.
Not understanding the whole concept of it all, but you know.
Yeah. I haven't seen. Right. Good.
It's funny. I still laugh. I don't think that they can remake this. I honestly don't.
No! Stop! Oh, no!
So now he's got no woman face. So now what do you do?
Oh shit!
Next best thing.
Can I give you a hand? Oh no, dear! I don't need a hand. I need a face. A face. Are you sure? Oh, definitely.
I'm not a Muslim.
That would have got him fucking canned.
Miss Hiller? The water's boiling. Hello! Ah! Oh, I'm sorry to frighten.
There you go.
Come on, nobody was as good as Robin Williams when it came to that.
Nope. That so if they were to remake this, I mean, first of all, who's going to play the part of Mrs. Doubtfire? Who's going to play Robin Williams' part? Who do you pick?
Quite honestly, I could see Jack Black doing it.
God, I think with any of these movies they have to do with gay and trans, you'd have to get somebody who was gay or trans to participate. I seriously think. I don't know, honestly, who could play him today. I mean, you know, who's a popular comedian? I mean, most movies today that are comedies, they go to Netflix or Amazon or Hulu. You don't see them in the theaters much anymore, except for Burt Kreischer's movie that just came out, The Machine.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even tell you who could play Mrs. Doubtfire today.
It's definitely Burt Kreischer. I'm kidding.
No, like I said, I could see Jack Black.
Mark says Jack Black.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious.
I think that's the only person I could see actually doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That would,
maybe Jack Black.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Tyler Perry. Maybe he would do, African American version of it. Because he gets dressed up in drag already. So
I think
Yep.
that's what he was attempting to do in the beginning too. Like, hey, I'm gonna be Mrs. Doubtfire, only I'm gonna call myself not Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
So here we go, guys. This movie from 1994 was Forrest Gump. You ready? Forrest Gump. Do you think that this movie would be something that can be remade today with the little precursors of racism and
Nobody gives a husky shit who you are, pussball. You're not even low like scum sucking maggot. Get your faggoty ass on the bus. You're in the army now. Seats tight.
now he told him, get your faggoty ass. You heard that, right?
At first, it seemed like I made a mistake.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was only my initiative day, and I was already getting yelled at.
Sit down if you want to.
I didn't know who I might meet or what they might ask.
You ever been on a real shrimp boat?
No, but I've been on a real big boat.
I'm talking about a shrimp catching boat. I've been working on shrimp boats all my life.
Okay, so a couple of things here on this one. There's not anybody that I know, and the military guys are going to prove me wrong on this one, but there's not anybody that I know in the military that was able to get into the military being mentally challenged. Now, like I said, I've got some friends. I'm prior military, and I've got a lot of friends that are going to tell me otherwise.
They never said he was mentally challenged. I mean, he could be on the
No. They did in the beginning of the movie.
Well, yeah,
he did some schooling, and he was classified as special.
Okay, but yet he went to college, got a scholarship. So he had to have been really smart somehow.
Okay,
but I think that this is another movie that I would not want to see remade because of the fact that I don't like seeing stuff remade, but I just don't think this one should be. It's a classic all on its own.
Same here.
Plus, I couldn't see who could. I could not think of.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a book first.
Yes, we talked about that today. Did you know that?
Yeah,
did you know that
it was a book first? And I mean, you'd probably. Yeah.
You know that Forrest Gump goes to space.
Yes, they keep going further. They even have a second book too for it. If they were talking about doing a part 2 to it.
I'm sure. I don't doubt that he went to space in the book because when a book comes out, when they make the movie, they always cut stuff out. Like in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, that book is radically different from the movie. So I'm not put that out from the Forrest Gump book. But yeah, I mean, people are canceling books these days. So, you'd have to cancel the book as well as the movie, if they wanted to remake it, it sounds like, but I don't think the movie's offensive.
Right. So let's talk about some honorable mentions. A movie that came up earlier today when I was walking around talking to some of the guys that I hang out with, Shallow Hal, because of
because of her
because of body
fat.
shaming.
Yep,
the fat girls stuff. Does he go to the Titanic in the second one? Tyler asked, does he go to the Titanic in the second one? Yes, they have not found him. So sorry, guys. Spoiler alert. Oh my God, Mark, you just got that?
No. It wasn't that.
That movie, I thought it was
Jesus.
He goes back in time.
When that movie came out, I thought it was the most mean-spirited movie the Farrelly brothers ever made. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to go back and watch it again to see if my opinion is the same. But at the time, I was like, "Oh my God, this is really, really bad.
Yeah.
They're pushing it way too far here."
Another
You
honorable
know?
mention, Chuck. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. Yay or nay?
Yeah, they could remake that.
I don't think so.
I make that movie today.
You
No.
don't like that movie?
Again, if you know the gay community got involved, yes, you probably could, but not if you know you're a bunch of straight guys making that movie. No.
Right. How about White Chicks? Mark and I were talking about this one earlier. White Chicks.
I don't think that movie should. If we can't dress up as a black person, why can
White
black
chicks.
people dress up as white people? Like that.
Reparations, sir. They can do
Yeah,
whatever they want. Reparations. There. I said it. You gonna cancel me? I don't know.
Yeah. What? I don't
missed
know
that.
if they got flack for that at the time, but if they did again today, they would probably have their community go, "Why do this, guys? Don't you see the climate that we're in
Well,
now?" You know?
they're actually.
Yeah, I don't know. You probably
I-
could. You
I-
probably couldn't.
I read
I
today,
couldn't.
or
Sorry.
no, yesterday, one of the two. I read that they're thinking about making a part 2 to it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Wow. I wonder. I wonder what platform's going to release that.
Netflix.
Man.
Oh yeah, it's good. Streamberry. It'll be on Streamberry, guys. So make sure you catch that on Streamberry. And if you're not watching Black Mirror, this is your cue. Watch Black Mirror.
I haven't watched.
It is so good.
I
You are
haven't watched.
missing out.
No, I've watched it all the way up to I think this season. I think.
Okay, well watch it. It's so Black Mirror is such a great show. I'm glad it's around. For us, Mark, we grew up with a little show called Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, no,
Tommy, do you remember that one?
I wish that they would do something with that.
Oh, dude, I have met John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. Yeah, I was a huge fan of that show.
Great show. So Black Mirror, I feel like is the show that has replaced Tales from the Crypt for me. You know what I'm saying? You don't think so?
No, because to me, Tales of the Crypt.
Yeah.
You also had the character.
I interviewed John Kassir too. Also, yeah.
You have the character right there, and something about the character that just made you want to watch it more. But
you're talking about the skeleton at the beginning of the movie, the Crypt Keeper.
The Crypt Keeper, yes.
Yeah.
He's literally in the show at the beginning.
Yeah, at the beginning and end.
That's it.
I thought he was in the middle too.
No, the Crypt Keeper was the guy that told you the intro to the story. Like, are you afraid of the dark? Because the next couple who showed up to this hotel are afraid of the dark, and well, you'll see what happens with their guts. And then he'd laugh, and then there would be the whole movie, the whole show. Exactly.
He was the Rod Serling of the show.
Say it again, one more time, Tommy. One more time.
Yeah.
The Rod Sterling of the show.
He was the Rod Serling of the show.
Yes.
You know, you always like The Hitchhiker, which was on HBO before that.
Yeah.
You know, he was the Rod Serling in that show. You always got to have a Serling in these horology shows. Not all of them did, but some of them did.
Yeah. So, other honorable mentions. I didn't really get into this movie because it was literally filmed in the backseat of a car. Driving Miss Daisy. Not able to be remade.
Drive Miss Daisy.
Super racist. Super racist.
I mean, it's about a relationship. It is.
It's about a black man driving a white lady around in a car.
But it's also about a relationship, you know. I think it would.
I get that, but it's still. I mean, what are they going to call it? Uber Daisy?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it'd be remade, but without the racial slurs. you know, because it is about that relationship.
Yeah, and I just don't know that they would make it throughout the whole show, the movie, with not having that type of banter between the driver and Daisy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Tootsie, another one where a man dresses up like a woman. This is a older movie. This is early 80s, right? And this is God, what is his name? Oh my God. Now I feel like shit because I
Dustin
cannot
Hoffman.
remember. Dustin Hoffman. There you go. Dustin Hoffman, who you know from Heat, the movie Heat, Mark.
Dustin Hoffman. Yeah.
You know him from
Rain Man.
Rain Man. You know him from, I mean, there's a bunch of movies that you know him from. But listen.
Al Pacino's Heat.
You're not ever gonna find him playing another character like he did in the movie Tootsie.
No.
Not a movie that you're gonna remake with him. So
no.
Or anybody that would fit that bill. What's eating Gilbert Grape? I think that there's too many scenes in that movie where you know you have
right.
You have characters, you know, Matt Damon, who is a fantastic actor from what we know anyway, who plays a special needs child.
No, Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm sorry. Oh my God, what was I thinking? Holy crap.
That was way before you know.
That's right, Leonardo, before he killed himself on the Titanic.
Well, he let that bitch have the damn wood.
Leonardo DiCaprio, he was definitely in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last one.
What you got, Mark?
Well, I was figuring you had one more.
Do I? Absolutely.
You probably have a shit
from back in the time frame when cool cars were cool, and women were hot, and everybody smoked in high school and wore leather jackets. The movie Grease.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't see stuff like that anymore.
You're not going to remake this movie, guys. It's not going to happen.
No, I don't see it. There's a lot of different reasons, but yeah.
What do you got, Tommy?
I tendency to disagree on that. I have a tendency to disagree.
Okay.
I think it can be made because it's so beloved, but they have to get rid of all the sexist stuff and all that stuff, you know.
So
but I think it can be made.
Yeah, but I think if they did remake it, it would be boring. Because you'd have to put in all this new stuff. So why call it Grease? Call it something else. I mean, that's like, you know, Child's Play.
Don't call it Grease, call it oil.
That's like Child's Play. You know, a couple years ago they had that. You know, don't call it Child's Play. I would have liked the movie a hell of a lot better if it wasn't called Child's Play.
Yeah.
So what movie you have left, Tommy?
Dinah Manhoff. Okay, I brought it up earlier, but I think we got lost in the translation. The Toy with Richard Pryor.
Yes, great flick, dude. Yeah, because that was basically slavery at its finest, right? A kid wanted a toy that he could not buy in a store, right?
Right.
Here we go. Let's see if I can get this to play, guys. Hang on.
What I have to tell you is important.
What am I supposed to do?
How do you turn off this goddamn machine?
Oh, sugar, I like it like that.
Oh, do you now?
That was fun.
Please, I have a headache. I've got something to tell you.
Is it about the party? Everything.
Let me see if I can get to the point where. There we go. Let's get to this point here.
I didn't think you were waiting that turn. It was a great ride, though.
Are you all right?
Okay, so let's get into this one real quick. So this is a Richard Pryor film. It was actually, I believe, co-produced by Richard Pryor, if I remember correctly. This child is super spoiled. His daddy is the richest man in their little town or whatever, and this kid has everything. He has every toy that you can think of. He has a race car bed. He's got, a water bed when he's not sleeping in his race car bed. He's got everything he could ever want. Tommy, what's the one thing that he wants?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
I said, what's the one thing? So the kid's got everything that he could possibly want. He's got the race car bed. He's got go-karts in the house. He's got everything that he could possibly want. He wants something. What's that one thing that he wants?
He wants a friend, because his dad is a workaholic and self-absorbed, and he has no male influence on reform school, and he's only home for a week a year.
Tyler says he wants his daddy's love. Yeah. So what prompted his dad to go out and get Richard Pryor to want to hang out with his kid? You know what I mean?
It's been so long. I'm trying to remember the movie.
Okay, so all of Jackie Gleason's lackeys take the kid to the toy store to pick out a toy. They're cleaning windows, and then he has this incident with a Wonder Wheel, and it's so damn funny to the kid. He's like, I want to buy him. That's how it happens.
Yeah, definitely not a movie you're going to see anytime in the near future. When we start talking about buying people here again, then we got serious problems. We went backwards in time. So
yeah.
All right, boys. Well, listen, it's been a big list. We put a bunch of movies out there. Tommy, tell us a little bit about your podcast, Blast from the Past.
Splat from the Past. 6 years. I upload to YouTube. It's audio only, black screen and everything. And I go through the actor, filmmaker, comedian, you name it. It's journey. We talk about their credits, how they be who they are, and it's uncensored, unfiltered, lots of fun. And I got some good shows coming up pretty soon. I got legendary singer-songwriter Marcy Levy, who worked with Eric Clapton and a lot of famous people. I've got so many great people coming on. I'm a big fan of Grindhouse movies. I got a couple people from those old Grindhouse movies from the 70s coming on today from Nurse Sherry. And I got a lot of great people coming up in the future, so check it out. I drop these episodes, daily and every week and stuff, depending on how lucky I get with the interviews and stuff. And it's a good time.
Beautiful. Well, Tommy, we really appreciate your time tonight. We'll get together and we'll have to do another one. Maybe talk about some of the movies that have been remade. And then hopefully we have a better connection, because I don't know, for me tonight was not the best. I kept hearing you guys in one ear.
Yeah.
Couldn't hear you in this one. There's some freezing going on. Hey, this is what happens when you run a live show. Is that right, Mark?
That's right. And that's why we do it.
So
just to screw with people. No, I'm joking.
Oh yeah, I've done a couple of these, and yeah, I mean, you guys are great. You know, I'd love to come back and we can talk about these and what have you. I'm just sorry that the connection turned out this way. But I had fun. Thank you, guys.
No
Thank
problem.
you, Tommy. We'll reach
Tommy.
out to you again soon, buddy. Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
All right, see ya. Thank you.
There you go, guys. That is Tommy K. You want to try to butcher his last name one more time?
Tommy
Kovac.
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
I'm not butchering nothing anymore. Fuck that.
Tonight's show was brought to you in part by. Listen, I'm just going to say it. Mark. I'm going to tell everybody. Tonight's show was brought to you in part by Mark and Brian.
That's right.
We're the ones that put the show together. Mark's supposed to go back and edit everything, and we'll see how that goes.
Edit what? I never edit anything.
You don't edit a live show, guys. Come on.
That's right.
Guys, thank you so much for the two of you that showed up to watch the show. No, literally everybody that did tune in to check us out. We do really appreciate it. Your views mean a ton to us. The likes, the over 1,000 subscribers that we have now. And Mark, I'm still not sure how we got there, but let's keep going.
The country of Turkey really likes us.
How the frick did you send something to Turkey?
They get YouTube also.
Okay, well, here we go.
On top of that, guess what? What do we have tomorrow? There's person you picked out yourself.
So tomorrow is a pickpocket. This gentleman is pickpocket James. Is that right? Did I say that right? It's pickpocket James.
I think so. Jimmy
from
Jimmy.
TikTok.
Yeah, whatever.
From TikTok. So I will tell you, please tune in tomorrow. Watch our show. It is going to be, once again, it's going to be live. I will tell you this, put your wallet somewhere where you don't want to have it picked. Anything valuable, I'd go ahead and put away right now. Lock it in a safe. If this man gets a hold of your stuff, it's going to be a holy crap show at that point. You know what I mean?
Well, he can pay for my my credit card bills.
But other than that, guys, we've got a lot of stuff coming up in the future. We really appreciate you all for tuning in to Talking Shit, the shit show. From us here, I'm Brian.
I'm Mark, and we're out of here.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back?